Welcome to the series of Relational Database Management System. Myself is Fatima Rafiq, Assistant Professor in Abida Namda Senior College, BCA Department. We will be starting with a new series of Relational Database Management System. Relational Database Management System is a management system where we try to manage the relational databases. We will cover the following syllabus in a series of lecture. In this particular course, which is run under FYBBACA semester 2, will be having total 5 units. Unit number 1 is Introduction to RDBMS, which includes the introduction to popular RDBMS product, their features, difference between DBMS and RDBMS, relation among application program and RDBMS. Unit number 2 will belongs to PLSQL, which includes data type, PLSQL block, exception handling, view, function and procedures, cursor and trigger. After that, we'll be having unit number 3 that deals with transaction management. In transaction management, we'll be doing transaction concepts, transaction properties, transaction states, concurrent execution, and serializability. In unit number 4, we'll be covering concurrency control, which includes following topics: log-based protocol, timestamp-based protocol, and deadlock handling. And in the last chapter, we'll be doing recovery system, which includes failure classification, recovery, and atomicity. These are some suggested reference books, which is Database Concepts, McGraw-Hill publication, and Database Management System by Bipin Desai. These are some more reference books and websites links. So without any much further delay, let's start with the unit number 1 of Relational Database Management System. Relational Database Management System. Introduction to Relational Database Management System, that is unit number 1, includes Introduction to RDBMS, Introduction to popular RDBMS product, their features, difference between DBMS, RDBMS, and relation among the application program and RDBMS. Now, what is RDBMS? Relational Database Management System is the full form of RDBMS. RDBMS is a basis for SQL and all the modern database system like MS SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, MS Access, and IBM DB2. A relational database management system is a database management system that is based on the relational model, which is introduced by EF Code. Relational database management system organizes data into the series of records that are stored in the linked tables. Most RDBMS uses the SQL as a database query language to manipulate and data storage into the database tables. RDBMS refers to the RDB plus, supporting the softwares for managing the users, processing the SQL queries, performing backup and restores, and associated tasks. A relational database management system is a collection of data items with predefined relationship between them. These items are organized as a set of table with columns and row. Tables are used to hold the information about the objects to be represented in each database. Each column in the table holds a certain kind of data, and a field stores the actual value of an attribute. The row in the table represent the collection of related value of one object or entity. Each row in a table could be marked with a unique identifier, which is called as primary key, and the row among the multiple table can be made related using a foreign key. This data can be accessed in many different ways without recognizing the database table themselves. These are some basic concepts when we consider any relation on any table. Here we have a one student table which have a name as student, Then we have a column headings, which are called column name or attribute. We'll be having a row. The row is called tuple or row. And then we have a column, which is also called column or attribute. RDBMS is the basis for SQL and all the modern operating system. There are multiple RDBMS softwares which are used in nowadays, that is SQL Server, IBM, Oracle, MySQL, etc. Whenever we consider the RDBMS, here the data is stored in the form of tables, and we know that a table is a collection of row and column. So the RDBMS organizes the data into the series of record, so it has to be linked with the another tables. A relational database management system is a database management system that is based on the relational model which is introduced by E.F. Codd. E.F. Codd is a scientist, or we can say he is a pioneer from the IBM who gave all the important rules regarding the normalization regarding the relational database management system. Now the next topic is difference between DBMS and RDBMS. What is the actual difference between DBMS and RDBMS we will see in these slides. These are some parameters based on which we have done the differences. Storage. Database management system store the data as a file. When we consider the RDBMS, the data which is actually gets stored is stored in a form of tables. When we consider DBMS, DBMS supports single user system. You can think of like if it is a standalone system, we have only one database and it is a centralized database. So that is nothing but a database management system. And for RDBMS, it supports the multiple users. You can think of it like a online system where there are multiple users who are using the same websites or same applications, and the data which is generated is used by the multiple users. Then the next parameter is asset property. In a regular database, the data may not be stored following the asset model. This can be developed inconsistency in the database. If the database is using DBMS, so at that time there may be some inconsistency which is there in the databases. While in the relational database management system, it is harder to construct, but they are consistent and well structured. They obey all four property of ACID, which is atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. Type of program. It is a program for managing the database on the computer network and the system's hard disks, where the relational database management system, which is used for maintaining the relationship among the tables. Hardware and software needs. When we consider database management system, there is a requirement of low software and hardware needs, where when we consider the relational database management system, it has the higher hardware and software needs. Next parameter is integrity constraint. Database management system does not support the integrity constraint. The integrity constraints are not imposed as at the file level. When we consider RDBMS, it supports the integrity constraint at the schema level. Value beyond a defined range cannot be stored in a particular RDBMS column. Next is normalization. DBMS does not support normalization. When we consider RDBMS always has to follow the normalization rules. Distributed databases. DBMS does not support the distributed databases, where RDBMS supports the distributed databases. Ideally, the DBMS is used where we have a small quantity of data. When we have large quantity of data, we will be using RDBMS. Now next is client server architecture. DBMS does not support client server architecture, where RDBMS supports client server architecture. Next parameter is data fetching. Data fetching is slower for the complex and large amount of data in case of the DBMS, where the data fetching is rapid because of its relational approach in RDBMS. These are some differences of relational database management system. Thank you.